Why was Enoch God's favorite? The story of a man who simply walked. Imagine knowing the exact day the world would end. Imagine your own child's life being the countdown. This is the incredible and terrifying reality that shaped the life of a man named Enoch. What did he do with this knowledge that made him so close to God? God took him as he was. Get ready for a story you won't forget. Enoch, just like us. We often hear about biblical figures like Enoch and think of them as somehow inherently different, touched by divinity from birth. But the truth is, Enoch started out just like you and me. He walked this earth, he experienced the daily grind, the simple joys and the inevitable worries of life. He wasn't born with a halo. His closeness to God was something he cultivated, something that blossomed over time, rooted in a very human experience. The turning point in Enoch's life came with the birth of his son. He named him Methuselah. Now, in those ancient days, names often carried deep meaning, prophecies even. And the meaning associated with Methuselah's name was heavy, laden with a divine warning. When he dies, it shall be sent. It referred to the great flood, the cataclysmic event God would send upon the wicked world. Imagine the weight of that prophecy resting on Enoch's shoulders. His own son's lifespan was tied to the end of all things. A father's fear and unceasing prayer. Can you imagine the constant fear that must have gnawed at Enoch? Every childhood cough, every scraped knee Methuselah endured must have sent shivers down his spine. The slightest fever in young Methuselah could have felt like the earth trembling beneath his feet. This wasn't just the normal worry of a parent. This was the fear of impending global destruction tied to the well-being of his child. It was in this constant state of awareness, this perpetual underlying fear, that Enoch drew closer and closer to God. His prayers wouldn't have been casual. They would have been fervent, desperate pleas for mercy, for guidance, for strength to face the inevitable. Even in his sleep, his heart must have been attuned to the divine, a silent, ongoing conversation with his Creator. Life transformed by presence. As Methuselah grew, Enoch's life transformed. This constant awareness of God's impending judgment, this deep love and fear for his son, propelled him into an intimate relationship with the divine. He spent his days walking with God, not just physically, but in spirit and truth. His focus shifted. The fleeting pleasures and distractions of the world likely paled in comparison to the profound reality he lived with. He prioritized his connection with the one who held the fate of the world in his hands. He lived in God's presence, and in doing so, he became more and more like him. Think about our own lives for a moment. We face our own floods, not necessarily global, but personal. The loss of a loved one, a financial crisis, a health scare, a broken relationship. These are our Methuselah moments, the trials that can feel like the end of our world. And just like Enoch, it's often in these moments of vulnerability, of fear, of desperate need, that we turn to God with a sincerity and intensity we might not otherwise possess. Our struggles, our fears, our very human sufferings can become the catalyst that draws closer to the divine. Enoch wasn't God's favorite because he was special from the start. He became God's favorite because his circumstances, particularly the prophecy tied to his son, drove him into a constant, unwavering relationship with him. He walked with God through fear, through love, through the very real possibility of global annihilation. And in that walk, he found such favor that God simply took him home. So, take heart. Your struggles, your fears, they aren't meant to break you. They can be the very things that lead you into a deeper walk with God. Now you know a little more about why Enoch was so favored. He was taken as he was. What are your thoughts on Enoch's story? How have your own challenges drawn you closer to God? Share your experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Wisdom in Christ for more inspiring biblical insights. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a video.